Okay, welcome everybody. I just wanted to make a quick little tutorial about how to georeference using mapwarper. So just to bring you up to speed where we were, I uploaded a map to mapwarper, and so it was just an old topo map that I had already processed, made into a JPEG, and edit. There's nothing really I need to edit. Now rectify, that is where we actually do the georeferencing. So I know that my topo was around Shades State Park, and so on this map over here, I knew that it was next to Crawfordsville. So then I followed it down, found my location, right? So here we are. We've got two locations right next to each other. And remember, when you're georeferencing, it's good to use the corners. For this, now for this particular example, I'm just going to choose 4 locations really close in here. So this would be you'd want to do this, for instance, when you maybe had a very specific area that you were interested in. So you can switch between satellite view and street map view. So you've got those options. So right now we're going to add control points. And so using, in this case, since we have roads, using roads is pretty handy. So we've got this curve, and then we've got this 90-degree bend over here. But right after this curve, we've got a road splitting off, and you can see the same road there. So we've got an intersection, right? And so I will mark that intersection and mark that very same intersection there. And I'll say add control point. Okay, so we've got one. Okay, so we can repeat that process. Oops. We can repeat that process down here. So here we go, another intersection. Mapped over another intersection. All right. Again, we can say add control point. So, and we'll do this a couple more times here. Oh, again, I needed to choose the panning. We'll choose this bend right here. And we'll do the same over here. There it is. And then one more. We'll go up. We'll choose this intersection here. And we will do the same thing right here. So this will have really great location in this very specific area, but the edges of the map won't be particularly good. So again, for your own purposes, you may want to you may want to choose one one versus the other. Okay. It says we have 3 control points. Let's just zoom out to see where we're at here. Okay, it looks like I forgot to press add on one of those control points, which is no big deal. We can put it in now. So we'll just move it down. What will we do? We'll just make it right here. So this little jog here. I'm just doing it pretty quickly here, this little jog, and then add control point. Okay, so now we do have 4 control points. We don't need to mask it. We can just say warp image. And if you want to see how that worked, right, you can click the warped image on and off. Right? So you can see, you can zoom in here. Sorry. Okay, so you can see that our warped image looks like it matches up with the river pretty nicely. So good enough for what we're doing. So now that the image is warped, we don't really, I'm not going to worry about cropping this image. Align as if you were to have a bunch of images that you were going to put together, but again, for our purposes, we're only working with one image for now. This is our preview. So again, this is where you could actually zoom in, make sure everything looks good. Looks good to me. I can zoom in, see if the river is properly lined up. Looks pretty good. So now it's time to export. So by the way, this is the metadata that are associated with it. So you can export this. So you want to export in GeoTIFF, download rectified GeoTIFF. So now this image that you're downloading, you can then upload into Mapbox and use as a geo-referenced base layer. So it's just that simple. Thanks.